Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I have another tutorial for you guys, and I cut out the actual prep for this. So I did have that soak off based gelish, which you can see in probably almost all of my videos, but I wanted to kind of showcase the building of the nail this time versus the removal and prep, because I have that in quite a few videos and I wanted to add this in because I tend to fast forward this part a little bit. So I really wanted to add this back in, and I figured why not switch it up a little bit. So I am creating that protective layer, and since I am using chunky glitter in this one, I actually filed down my nails more than I have been lately, which you may not have noticed because videos are not in order. This, I'm sure, is going to go live before I have my little man, but if not, meaning I had him early because I am 35 weeks now, that would probably make me panic for a little bit. But again, I'm building up my bank of videos. So here I am just adding that structure to the nail, but keep in mind we are adding glitter, so you don't want this layer to be too thick unless you're not going to build on top of it, where I am going to build on top of it, but I didn't want it to be super thick. Again, I wanted most of my base to be under the glitter because I haven't been removing it all because, hey, I am tired. Again, 35 weeks pregnant, I am tired. So I did remove more than I usually would, but I kind of come back in and build it up. But you know, it's all personal preference. You don't necessarily have to embed. I did embed these glitters, and for me, it worked out great because I find when you use these types of glitters or any loose glitter that you're going to add, these actually have bar glitter in it. So I find if you don't have it like perfectly smooth, you may get a bar or two sticking up. And again, I didn't really have that issue except for on one nail. I was washing my hands and I was like, man, ouch. And it's actually later in the video because I do just like a thin layer on top, but I didn't realize I didn't make that one flat enough and it poked me. And it was like, that actually really hurt because if you think glitter and hard gel, like that pokes you. So anyway, I'm going to let you finish watching this and I will catch you back when we start adding some glitter. right, glitter time. I did not file. That is actually something I normally do, but we are embedding this, so I did not file. And I am just placing a slip layer down, meaning I am going to come in and build up this glitter. My trick to glitter and getting it look super opaque, I didn't want it to be like super opaque, because if I wanted that, I could have put the silver buttercream under this and then put the glitter on top. I didn't want that. I literally just wanted the glitter. And I'm so happy I went with that because you can't even tell. So that would have just been an extra step that I did not need. And I couldn't decide if I wanted to leave it with just this glitter. I had just this glitter on my right hand and I'm totally blanking. It's from their new winter collection. Totally blanking. I know. I just can't anymore. I used to know like names of everything and now I can barely remember like what my name is half the day. But yeah, so I was really trying to decide between the two and I end up putting a design over it, which is what you're watching, which you know about already. But again, I did debate leaving this just how it was and it is beautiful. So again, my trick to glitter, back on track here, is to make it chunkier in the middle. Why? Because that's where you build your apex. So you can kind of hide, and my hands are doing quotes, the thicker part of the glitter, and then it's thinned out on the side. But when you kind of look hands down, you can see that there is still a ton of glitter. And I think that trick is awesome. I use it every time I use glitter, and it's helped me thin out my sidewalls. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch this, and then we will be back when we start building it back up. All right, now we're going to build it up just a little bit. I don't do much here because, again, I did build it under the nail as well. So we are just applying that clear slip layer, which is one step for me. And then I take a little bit of a blob and we are going to pillow it down the nail. Again, I am not adding a ton here because I just need it primarily in the middle, if I'm going to be honest, to really kind of straighten out that apex, because glitter for me is thick, so I don't mind just filling out just that little apex without having to worry about too much. And again, when you do it like this, you're going to be able to file and buff, and it's going to be a lot smoother because you did embed it. And the good thing is that this is also a silver bar glitter, so like you don't have to worry about like taking the color off. Does that make sense? Because some of the glitters, when you do file into them, I think one of my Christmas tutorials last year, when it filed, the color of the actual glitter came off and it like left silver specks, and I didn't care. I actually kind of liked it, but if you weren't expecting that, naturally that would be no bueno. So we have filed and buffed, and we are now just taking a super thin layer of that glitter, because you can see there's little patches, because again, I overfiled, and I do that sometimes. And I don't do it on this nail, but this is where I was talking about having the Mylar kind of stick up and hurt. So just make sure that you make sure it's all flat. But yeah, I will let you watch this and I'll catch you back with the stamping. All right, now that we are finished adding that top coat, I just took Kira Sky's. I believe this was their just normal one, not the no wipe. But we are going to come in with stamping. So I cleansed that off. And now we have a perfect palette for stamping. I don't remember the plate name. It's the one with the candy cane on it. I will get it and write it below because I forgot. And I don't even know the color of the polish because I also forgot. But yeah, stamping over these nails. Like, I tested it to see if I would like it, like right here. And I was like, okay, do I do one? Do I not do any? And I stamped it and I ended up loving it. So you can see my right hand is fully silver. So I've had that silver on for about 2 or 3 days on that side of the nail. And then I added this, and then I added that on the other hand. Like, literally that night I went in and just added it. It looks so good, although I didn't really try as hard on the hand I did not film. Not gonna lie. But yeah, love this. And you could see how I was scraping the polish earlier. You want to have your stamper and I should say the scraper, more horizontal because they are bigger gaps. And I find that's the best way to get it to stamp correctly. And I kind of messed with placing them in the middle, like the spiral in the middle and the spiral towards the back. And I absolutely loved it. It just spoke to me, and it gave me all the feels. So we are going to add some cuticle oil. And this is the point where I was like, yes, I need to go do it on the other hand. So I add cuticle oil, literally rub my hands together, go wash them, and then come back and stamp the other side of the nails. So again, I left this out of focus because look at how pretty those are, just even out of focus. And then, they just give me so much. I just am absolutely in love with this. All right, thank you guys so much for sticking with me in the tutorial. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.